Hi everybody. In this live, as I have previously said and posted about, I'm going to talk about the situation with Lebanon right now. And as always, people are always looking for reasons to not listen to what I'm actually saying. What I'm saying before I even start is, I will pray for the dead people in Lebanon, in Beirut. I do not wish for death on any human being on this earth, whether you're black, you're white, you're brown, you're Muslim, you're Jewish, whatever you are. I will never pray bad for you because it's not my style. Some of you are upset right now that I'm doing this live. And let me tell you, I am pissed. I'm angry. And if you are sensitive for swear words, tune out now because there will be swear words. By God, there will be swear words today. A lot of you have been DMing me, harassing me, taking up my time. Some of you have even sworn at me. Somebody that you've never met or know. Because I have not shared fundraisers for Lebanon. Now, this is the story of my life. I always sit calm and I always take care of my business. And then people who don't know me, who don't care about me, who don't even support me, come with their own ideas of what I need to be doing with my platform or not. So now you've pushed me to a point where I'm going to have this live and tell you about yourself. You are all asking me to share fundraisers to the Red Cross, one of the most corrupt aid organizations that exist in this earth. An aid organization that has millions and millions for Haiti that they still have not delivered. You want me to share fundraisers for Lebanon, for the rebuilding. You want me to share posts about everybody that is suffering in Lebanon. And I feel for them because I'm a human being. I can't stop what I feel for humanity. That's why the name Action for Humanity came from. But also, I have to be aware that some of you are not the most well-read, well-understood people when it comes to anti-blackness. When it comes to Lebanon, Lebanon together with Qatar, Lebanon together with Saudi, Lebanon together with Mauritania, Lebanon together with a lot of Arab countries have a rich history of anti-blackness against people that look like me. We are raped, we are physically abused, we are used as domestic workers, we're used as modern day slaves. Now let me ask you a question. If you have a functioning brain, let me ask you a question. Would you ask a woman who's been raped to share a fundraiser for her rapist? Answer is no. Would you ask a woman who's being abused domestically to share a fundraiser for this abuser? No, you wouldn't. But some of you have the cojones, the thick energy to come into a black woman's DMs and ask her to share fundraisers for a country that routinely abuses people that look like her. Some of you are mad right now, and I have Lebanese friends. I have Lebanese family members because Gambia is one of the countries that has a connection to Lebanon. So I grew up around Lebanese people, which also makes me quite apt at understanding how anti-blackness manifests itself in that country. You would be mad to think that I, Lovette Jallow, am sitting here being happy that people are dying. Are you mad? I am not that heartless. I pray, and I pray every day. I'm a Muslim. I pray for the lives of humanity lost every single day. But what I am asking you is, why are all of you that are sharing fundraisers for Lebanon, including Red Cross, why are you not also sharing the fundraisers for the migrant workers that right now are homeless, right now are on the streets, right now wanting to go back home and cannot because their passports have been confiscated? If you share for Lebanon, you should also share for the worst affected in that country right now. Instead, a lot of you are hypocrites, hypocritical beings. You will share videos saying, look how Lebanon is rising to the occasion and cleaning the streets and cleaning the homes and rebuilding. But then you fail to see in the same videos that you're sharing, which I will share in my stories when I'm done, who is doing the cleaning? Is the black migrant workers? Is the Kenyan workers? Is the Eritrean workers? Is the Ethiopian workers? Is the Gambian workers? Who will clean the streets and the homes by day and be raped by night? How dare you? How goddamn dare you to come into my DMs and ask me to share some bullshit over a country that does not value anybody that looks like me. Some of you Lebanese people have guts, and I'll say that. You have fucking guts. You have fucking guts to come into my DMs to even argue about what I know about Lebanon. My grandmother was a politician for 30 goddamn years in the Gambia. Her main job was for women's rights, abortion rights, family planning, and also the Arab countries and how they deal with black women. I was 6 years old. And okay, let me tell you, my grandmother died of cancer when she was in her mid-70s. She came into the politics when she was in her 30s. So no Lebanese person coming my DMs to tell me this problem is new. It's not new. This problem has been going on for 60, 70 years. You want to know how the Arab slave trade started? Do you forget? Because you're also micro-focused on white people, white slavery, transatlantic slave trade, that you forget how it started with the Arab countries. Are you dumb? Are you stupid? What's wrong with you? When the Arabs came to Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, in the beginning, well before the white people even came out of the caves, their main target was not black men, it was black women. They were trafficking black women to take them to Arab countries, even to our holy country of Saudi, to be in their harems, to be raped, to be used as sex slaves. And you're telling me that this is new. You're telling me, Lavette, have patience because Lebanon is going through a reform that we hope will trickle down to the black workers. I don't care if it's a country in revolution, okay? We are tired. Black people are fucking tired of waiting for the revolution to hit white people, then hit brown people, then hit us. Whilst you're worried about your fucking revolution. We are being raped. We're being killed. We're being abused by your uncles and your brothers and your mothers. And you want me to wait? You want me to wait with my truth? You want to tell me how much you love my work? Fuck you liking my work. Do you think you liking my work pays my fucking bills and lights? It doesn't. I work. Liking me will never silence me. Loving my work, I can't wipe my ass with it. I want justice now. I want you, if you're going to fucking share information about Lebanon, also share the information about the black women. Share it, because Black Lives Matter globally. It's not just Sweden. It's not just Saudi. It's not just America. It's not just South Africa. It is global. And you not giving a fuck about black women in Lebanon and wanting us to wait for the revolution that's to come is showing your fucking anti-blackness. How little you care about black bodies. I can show you videos right now. I have videos of Lebanese men beating these women. I have videos of Lebanese women pouring oil on these black African women and setting them on fire. One of them just died last week. I have videos of Ethiopian women who would rather jump off the fucking 40th floor in Lebanon rather than spend another day working for people like this. I don't need you to like my work. I don't need you to love me. I couldn't give a fuck, because if you think I would have this platform that is this large and I deal with hatred every day from white, brown, and black people, then you don't fucking know me. You don't know me at all. I am not an activist that has chosen to be an activist. I'm a human being that chose to speak my truth. And my truth does not need you to verify me by telling me you like my work. That is a psychological warfare. You are trying to tell me that you love my work and you appreciate my wisdom, as long as I'm not talking about your specific country. You love me and my blackness and my truth unless I speak about your country. So you can suck it. Suck my big toe. I don't give a shit about what anti-black people think about me, as little as I give a fuck about what white people think about me. And let me talk to you black people, because I'm seeing a lot of Somali people coming in, posting and deleting, trying to support Lebanon over the black issue. You may think you are Arab, I don't give a fuck what you identify as. Identify as a potato if you like. But do not come in here and tell me that me raising this problem is diminishing the issue in Lebanon. It's not. I'm saying we can have two thoughts in our big brains at the same time. What are you on about? Listen, I can take that shit from brown people and white people, but I can't take that shit from black people. Because whether or not you identify as black, your ass is still black. Your ass is still black, because when you experience racism in Sweden, I am generally number one on your list to contact for help. You want money, you want help, you want legal protection. Okay, cool. But when I post about a country that is anti-black, you want to come in and pretend to have more empathy for them than you do for the women of your own country. Because yes, Somali women are also in Lebanon as indentured workers. The Kafala system is horrible. The Kafala system is rooted in anti-blackness. You have all of these Arab men and women going to Africa in order to bring women, young girls often. These girls can be as young as 18, some as young as 16, taking them and promising them work and money. Now, what happens when these girls land in a country like Lebanon? They go to the recruitment office, they get to sign their paper, and then they get taken to the house that they're going to work at. When they're there, their passport gets taken from them, so they cannot leave whenever they want. Half the time, they are not paid. They're promised that you will get paid when you're leaving, so they never get paid. Many of them have never been paid. Nighttime, the husband can come in when the wife doesn't want to do its sexual duties and rape them. The wife, seeing that the husband is sleeping with this subhuman black person, will then make the girl pay for it. And this is not just black people. Yes, black people suffer the worst, but you have Vietnamese workers, you have people from the East Asia who are working there. It's modern day slavery. You arrive to a country, you get your passport taken, you never get paid, you get raped, you get beaten, you get burnt, you have to commit suicide if you want to go out. Your family cannot help you. But you people want me to share a fundraiser, but you yourself are not sharing a fundraiser to help the organizations that are working against the Kafala system. Are you dumb? Are you mad? Are you stupid? Like, what's wrong? Please think about it, because this doesn't demand a really high intelligence level or high IQ. This is an issue of humanity. This is an issue of discrimination. This is an issue of anti-blackness. And if some of you have been sitting here being like, yeah, when I talk about Iran, when I talk about the other Arab countries, but when I talk about Lebanon, you want to act as if suddenly du är kränkt. Your skin has become paper thin. You cannot handle the truth being said about your country. Because I see you all. I see my Lebanese friends going in and liking anti-Action for Humanity comments. I see a lot of you being quiet because you don't want to talk about this. Can we talk about it? What is the point of my platform? I talk about the things that many of you don't want to talk about. And what is my red thread on my social media? I talk about black issues. I talk about women's issues. I talk about Muslim issues. I talk about issues I have a deep knowledge of, because I've lived it, I've learned about it, I've researched about it. Someone just said, drag these clowns. That's just what they are, clowns. When you look in the mirror and you have liked an anti-Action for Humanity comment, you probably will see a clown, because you're clowning. And what hurts me the most is I'm seeing a lot of black activists share these fundraisers without ever having shared the migrant worker situation. Like, I see you sharing how to help Lebanon, donate here and here and here and here. But none of that money is going to help migrant workers. I think about 50 million has been raised in the last 48 hours. But the migrant workers organization that is helping to repatriate these women have not even received half of what they're asking for. Half of what they're asking for. So that shows me that you care about being a white savior, but you don't really care about the reality of what is happening. And if you think I'm saying this because I hate Lebanese people. You are mad. I have nothing against Lebanese people, but I have plenty against what they do to my people. To my people. Kenya had a ban on sending any workers or any women to go to Lebanon to work. Every country in Africa with good leaders, which we don't have, should ban any black people going to any Arab countries, whether it's Libya. Yes, we are killed there too. Most of you don't understand the work that I've done there, because Swedish media doesn't want to talk about it and bring it up and tell you what we achieved. Libya hates black people. Lebanon hates black people. Qatar hates black people. Saudi hates black people. All the Arab countries hate black people. And if they don't hate them, they tolerate them because of what they do for them. Again, remember, the slave trade started long before white people came in. The Arabs were there first. And they were only interested in the black women to be trafficked. So when you donate, think about where your money is going. Is it helping any black people? Can you do both at the same time? If you have 100 crowns to give, can you give 50 to help the rebuilding of the country and 50 to the women that just want to go home because they are so traumatized in Lebanon that they just want to go home? You know? What's going on? What's hoping? What group of people don't hate black people? None. Even black people are out here attacking me, a black woman, for speaking on this matter. So it's a matter of decolonizing how we think. We can talk about decolonize the schools, decolonize the workplaces, decolonize this and that. But if we are not decolonizing our minds and divesting from anti-blackness, we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to go anywhere when we live in a world where black people would rather donate to an organization that isn't even helping black people than donate to their own countries' GoFundMes to get their people back. Anti-blackness is worldwide. And I'm so sad. I'm so sad when I see Somali women and Gambian women or Kenyan women trying to support Lebanon, but they don't even understand what they're supporting. You're supporting your own oppression. And we're very good at that, black people. Now I'm just talking to black people. So please, if you're not black, let's not comment. I'm talking to black people. Stop funding your oppression. Stop funding oppression of your own people. It's nice to be liked, but every time, like for example, when Notre Dame happened and I saw an African leader go and pledge 2 million, and I'm like, there are 2 million people in your own country that need that help. Notre Dame doesn't need you. So today I'm asking you, if you are black and you're donating to Lebanon, please go into my stories and look at the links that I have posted and donate to the migrant worker rights. I am not kidding you about this. Our liberation has to be by force. We cannot be pretending that we're going to wait for Lebanese people to be liberated and their country to be rebuilt before they even think about us. We're suffering now. This is somebody that could be your sister or your mother. And let me tell you something that's tragic. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. Like I said, my grandmother died when she was 74. She got into the politics when she was in her mid-30s. So she worked for almost 30 years of her life dealing with women, some of whom are going to be our family members. Let me tell you something very private and personal. One of my aunties was one of these women that was taken off to Saudi, promised to work as a domestic worker and be paid and be able to help her family back home. What happened instead was, when she was returned to Gambia, when she was freed, she came back with no money, so they didn't pay her. What she said was, when she arrived at this said country, her passport and any little money she took with her was taken from her. She was put in a house where she was raped sometimes by 10 people, 10 men, 10 Arab men per day. So when she was returned to Gambia, she couldn't walk, because that's how reproductive systems work. If you're raped for 30 years, sometimes by 10 people, 10 men a day, she had no function of her nether regions. She died shortly after she was brought back to Gambia. So tell me again, Why the fuck you would attack me for not sharing a fundraiser of a country that doesn't see people like me as human? Go on, tell me, I'm waiting. Why would I, Levette Jallow, a black woman, share any fundraiser for any country that rapes people like me? Listen, rapes people like me, beats people like me, throws oil on people like me, lights me on fire. Let that sink in. I know social media is quick. You want to attack me. You want to spread rumors about me. You want to tell everybody I'm a horrible person because I'm not doing what you want me to do. But you never think that you don't feed me, you don't fuck me, you don't fund me. So really, you are inconsequential in my life. And also, I'm a black woman that you have not employed. I work for the community. I'm a community organizer. I see and have worked with my people, putting their bodies as well as their children on boats to try to find a better life. And they land on the shores of Libya and are taken as slaves. Again, never, let me just come close. Never think that your balls are that big that you will come into my fucking DM to tell me what I should post or not post, or even think you can have a say in what a black woman does online. If that's what you want, there are other activists you can follow who work for the white gays or the brown gays. I don't. I'm a free woman sitting in my own free house, paying my own bills with my own work. Done. My mum just commented, she said, we brought her to Sweden, but they could not save her. Boom. I'm not saying I'm going to blame you for what you don't know, but I'm going to blame you big time. Big time. If once you know, you still continue to do the stupidity that you've been doing. If you're Lebanese, you can also fight for black lives in your country. You can start this conversation with your people, because that is where I need you to be, not in my fucking DMs DMing me. If you cannot talk to your dad back home, if you cannot talk to your mum back home, if you cannot talk to your uncles and your aunties back home on how they're treating black people, then please do not think that my tits are what you will be suckling on to force me to do anything. Not even my mum can force me to do anything. Only Allah can force me to do something. So please, avgå. Ni kan sitta där och likea hur många anti-Lovett-kommentarer ni gillar. Även ni som jag känner. Att ni inte skäms. Ert beteende är precis det jag pratar om idag. Antisvartheten i era länder som ni inte vågar ta upp och prata om. Men ni vill komma in i mina DMs och säga till mig att jag ska dela si och så. Sug min stortå. Sug det hårt. Jag skiter fullständigt i vad ni tycker om mig eller mitt arbete. Jag skiter i fullständigt. För ni betalar inte mina hyror. Ni betalar inte mina ljussättningar. Ni betalar inte för mitt liv. För Guds skull, ni tycker inte ens att jag är en människa. Så varför ska ni då tro att era kukar är så pass stora att ni kan komma in på mina DMs och fråga en svart kvinna varför jag inte delar fundraisers för ett land som skiter i och skiter på människor som ser ut som mig. Fuck off. I'm sorry, I'm upset today, and yes, I will save the life, because what I say here today, I can say any day. What I can say today, I can stand in front of your mom and say it. Do you know who I am? You guys, I've been very quiet and very nice, so you think maybe I'm something I'm not. I am the one that gives the least fuck of my whole family. I take after my grandmother. If you can't hear the truth, cover your ears. If you don't want to acknowledge the anti-blackness, cover your eyes. If you don't want to speak the truth, cover your mouth. But me, I do none of those. I will always tell the truth. And if you can't handle it, go. Fuck off. Because your presence to me doesn't matter. So that's all I wanted to say today. And I will continue posting fundraisers for all of these migrant workers, whether they're Filipino, whether they're African. they're all suffering. They're all suffering. Please understand that. If you're Lebanese, make sure you take responsibility. I expect that of you. And if you claim to like my work, I expect you to listen and learn and implement what I say, even amongst your own anti-Black family. That applies to all of you. Please don't allow me to waste my breath online educating and speaking, and you don't take it and do something about it. I love you all. I wish you peace. Before you get in my DMs, ask yourself, does Levette really care about what I'm about to say? Chances are 90% no. Deal with it. My East African sisters and brothers, please, from the Horn of Africa, understand. You cannot ally yourself with Arabs much more than you ally yourself with a West African. We suffer equally. And in fact, one of the women that jumped off the house to escape her migrant domestic home that she was working in was East African. So please, when I speak, I may look Black, I am Black, but I'm also your sister. Your oppression is tied to my oppression much more than your oppression is being tied to an Arab oppression. So please, we're at the bottom. Can we move up? Can we move up together? Can we say Black Lives Matter together? Can we work together? White people, you're also complicit in this just because this life wasn't about you. Let me go. Somebody said she wants to split Arabs and Africans. Again, you are one of those people that just needs to shut the fuck up. This isn't about against Arabs. If Arabs aren't for us, why should I be for them? I am a human at the end of the day, but I need to be the voice that reminds you that when we are posting, maybe you can do both at the same time. You can support Lebanon as well as the migrant workers. Maybe you can criticize the way that the bomb happened and how many lives it took, and also criticize what regular Lebanese people are doing to Black bodies. You can do both. Arabs and Blacks have more in common with oppression than we have with anybody else. But unfortunately, because of anti-Blackness, you brown people think they're here and we're here. So what would happen if we can connect together and rise? That is it. Because to be honest, your chains on your leg as an Arab person is connected to the chains of my people. So if we are going to rise up, we must rise up together. You cannot rise by stepping on my head to climb this ladder. You have to come down so we can break the ladder and rise together. Stand all on the equal ground. That's it. That's it. So that's what I'm saying. Let's keep it moving. I'm done. I'm not going to answer. If any of you have anything to say to me, I've got an hour after this live. Say it under the live. Let me school you. Say it under the live. Let me school you. Because I'm not interested in DM talk. If you are brave enough to say something, say it out loud so somebody else can respond to you before I even get to you and educate you. And trust me, it seems like Lebanese people need a deeper education on their own country and anti-Blackness. And I'm saying this not because I hate you, but because I love you. Because I believe in humanity as a group rather than the divisions. But the divisions exist. We are at the bottom. When the bombing happened, migrant workers were affected the most because they had to work twice as hard to clean up the mess that was done by your president. Just saying. So why should you step on my head? You ain't gonna step on my head. Don't step on my head, because I will kick you off. I'll kick you off. I'm not a Black woman whose head you can sit on. You know? Now, if you love me for my message, if you hate me for my message, both of them, that's it. Bye.